Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. Topping our news at noon, an update on hurricane victims still without power here on the Sun Coast.
Taking a look at the latest outage numbers, according to Florida Power and Light, Sarasota County still has over 59,000 customers without power and therefore without AC in the Florida heat. In Manatee County, 34,000 are still reporting outages as well. And with thousands still without power in Sarasota and Manatee counties, many living on the Sun Coast are coming up with creative ways to put up with the heat.
As temperatures are getting close now to 90 degrees, let's go live now to Erica Jackson, who is in Sarasota, who will profile somebody who has no power right now in that house. Erica?
Good afternoon, Ray and Jacqueline. Like you said, a lot of these people without power, they're coming up with creative ways to stay cool. Right now, I'm at a house and I'm out on the Lanai. I'm right off Windermere Street in Sarasota, and I'm going to go behind the camera for a second and give you an idea of how creative some of these people are getting just to stay cool. So right now you can see this door right there. This was actually made by a friend of the homeowner just so they can stay cool. This was after a palm tree fell on their house during the storm. But if you look down, the bed is outside because the conditions are so hot right now. Really, the only relief is any sort of breeze that they can get. And in this home, we have Nancy Hiller. She'll be with us in a couple minutes. And we also have a dog and a cat. So right now, it's very difficult to stay cool for them, but they're doing what they can. I'm going to come back out, and I'm actually joined by Nancy Hiller. She's a homeowner here in Sarasota. Nancy, how you doing today? You staying cool?
Good. Yeah, actually, right out here, there's a nice breeze. We've been really lucky with this weather.
Yeah. You want to take a step back just so everyone at home can see you. So what have been some of the challenges that you've faced without power going on 5 days now?
Let's see. Just working like crazy, using muscles that I haven't used in a really long time, just trying to get, this had a half an inch of mud on it when I arrived home Wednesday morning. And so that was, the first thing. And then the poor animals, I've been moving them from room to room as I'm cleaning up. I had leaky windows, so lots of water damage, but nothing permanent, I don't think, just some rugs they picked up this morning.
Yeah, and also you've come up, with the bed outside, you've come up with some additional creative ways to stay cool and keep your pets comfortable. Can you talk about some of those? I know I liked the hat.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, best purchase I've had. Thanks to a friend. This has just been great to go find the animals hiding under the bed when
there's a light on the hat.
Yeah, if you can see that. Helped me last night. I was out getting gas. Whole Foods had free ice, which I just keep pushing in the freezer. Just putting food in there, eating out, packaged salad bar meals every night, and just the animals are, here's one now, calming down a little bit. Yeah.
Well, hopefully, I know FPL says it could be until September 22nd, so 1 week from today, until power is restored for those on the west coast of Florida, but residents like Nancy hope that sooner. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much. Ray, Jacqueline, back to you.
All right, thank you, Erica. Other news now, a local business is looking to help out those hit hardest by Irma by giving out free water this afternoon. Center State Bank on University Parkway in Sarasota was proactive before the storm hit and made arrangements in Georgia to ship pallets of bottled water to areas hit the hardest.
Most recently, we delivered probably 30-plus pallets down to South Florida. Here in Sarasota, Bradenton today, we just delivered 10 pallets, and the truck is on its way to head over to Sebring to deliver about 13 pallets in order to help those individuals that still do not have power at their homes.
And that was Bank President Sean Merriman. He's outside right now getting his hands wet. People will be outside the bank handing out the cases of water until the last supply is passed out. Centerstone is located on University Parkway in Sarasota near Lockwood Ridge Road.
Well, some good news for your commute this afternoon. All Sarasota County traffic lights are working again. The county and sheriff's office tweeted this announcement overnight, thanking FP&L and county teams for all of their hard work.
Police in Sarasota are collecting donations and supplies for their counterparts in the Florida Keys. The storm devastated that area, leaving residents and law enforcement without resources. You can drop off donations at the police department near Payne Park. They are collecting non-perishable food, water, first aid kits, tools, flashlights, generators, and anything else. They're hoping to fill 3 trailers with supplies. Sarasota Police Foundation is also accepting cash donations as well. And the weather is not cooperating. Hot out there for those who don't have power right now, John.
Sure is. And they must be getting very weary of it all, I would think, by now.
A nice swim in the ocean or a pool would be very refreshing.
I guess whatever you can do. Yeah, whatever you can do at this point. The humidity is still high, still very high. The last 2 days it's been high. High enough today to support some scattered showers around. Maybe the showers will help cool you off if you get one over your house. And hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, over the weekend the humidity levels might come down just a little bit, maybe take a little edge off the indoor temperatures in your house if you're without AC. Taking a look outside right now, or taking a look at satellite right now, we have some weather to talk about out there in the Atlantic, don't we? Jose continues to spin around. It has a general motion that's a little bit more to the north now, so we like to see that, an indication that perhaps it'll start making that turn off to the north and to the east pretty soon, as all computer models suggest. For us, we don't really have a lot of issues with any kind of cloud cover around yet, but like yesterday, we still have that troughiness out in Gulf waters, and perhaps that will bring a few clouds around later this afternoon and help take the edge off some of the daytime high temperatures. Across the region, you know, feels like temperatures again today will probably be pretty close to the 104, 105 mark, but no showers ongoing at this moment. Later in the afternoon, probably about a 30 to 40% chance of showers. Greater inland, lesser near the coast. Showers will be building inland and then drift back to the coast. Daytime highs near 90. Complete forecast coming up in a few. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. We will check back in with you shortly. In London, a manhunt is underway following what authorities are calling yet another terror attack, the 6th in Britain this year. The latest attack occurred on a subway train during the morning rush hour, injuring at least 22 people. Fortunately, the injured are said to be non-life-threatening. ABC's Elizabeth Herr has the latest from New York.
Terror on a London subway train.
It's kind of frightening and scary. I mean, right now, I just can't believe it.
Creating chaos and confusion as commuters ran for cover.
Very frightening, I guess, and a bit confusing.
Eyewitnesses reporting some people even trampled trying to get away from an apparent explosion.
It's like a fireball or a fire blast. They just went up quickly, and then as soon as it went up, people left.
Lucky at the fact that the train was stationary and the door was open.
It was just after 8 a.m. in London at the Parsons Green tube station. Authorities saying this bucket with what looks like wires coming out burst into flames. Investigators now revealing the improvised explosive device did not explode fully.
I would emphasise that Londoners particularly can expect to see an enhanced police presence.
ABC News also learning the device was hooked up to a timing device, so investigators are calling this a terror attack, but at this time they do not believe this was the work of a suicide bomber. And with the search for the suspect or suspects intensifying, British Prime Minister Theresa May is urging the public to remain vigilant.
The threat of terrorism that we face is severe, but together, by working together, we will defeat them.
And this morning, President Trump had this reaction from the White House.
We have to be very smart. We have to be very, very tough.
Now, earlier in a series of tweets, President Trump called the attacker a loser and even implied the suspects were known to London officials, to which the British Prime Minister responded, "It is never helpful for anyone to speculate on an ongoing investigation." Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
All right, let's check Wall Street now. Jeff Stern joins us. And Jeff, 3 records this week for the Dow Jones.
That's right, Ray. The Dow has been up the past 5 days, earning 3 records. The past 3 days have been all-time highs for the Dow Jones. 2.5% for the week, about 1.5% for the NASDAQ as well as the S&P. As we know, it hasn't been a great week. We've had 2 hurricanes. Unfortunately, missiles went off over Japan from North Korea, as well as what we know what happened in London yesterday. The 10-year treasuries ticked up a little bit, 2.21% currently. Gas was going up, but has come down a little bit, and we'll see. When I woke up this morning, the futures were negative, but let's see how we're currently trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, 22,242, up 38 points, 0.17%, while NASDAQ, 6,453, up 25 points, over 0.25%, while the S&P 2,497, up 2 points, almost 0.1%.
Now, in the wake of Hurricane Harvey and Irma, now it's time for government contracts and rebuilding. So what happens next, Jeff?
They've started. $614 million so far has been given to the businesses from the U.S. government, and that's expected to climb. It's not only rebuilding. There's a lot of peanut butter you wouldn't think about, water, hygiene, medical equipment. There's a lot of stuff going on with that. And just to put that all in perspective, for Katrina, it was $20 billion the U.S. government put out. So we're not quite sure where that number is going to be. We know Katrina's damage was $150 billion, excuse me, in today's dollars. They're expecting between the two, we're looking at about $150 billion to $200 billion. So we'll see how that all plays out. Mechatronics, General Dynamics, Verizon, those are some of the major companies that have already received contracts. And a lot of smaller companies as well. Some local companies are being passed out money by the government. Very impressive. We're not quite sure, again, what that number will be. But so far, all the publicly traded companies that have received contracts and will expect to are trading positive. Ray, we know we don't want to make any decisions based on this as far as our long-term investment plan. But so far, those companies have proven to do well.
Very busy time. A lot of scrambling. Okay, thank you, Jeff Stern. Have a good weekend.
Enjoy yours, Ray.
All right, let's shift gears now. Head to the kitchen. Check in with Chef Judy. Judy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ray, and thank you to you, everybody. Jacqueline, Scalzi, what a great team at ABC keeping us safe. Today I'm going to cook something that if you are still out of power, and I'm sorry that you are, but hang in there with us because I'm going to show you a pork tenderloin that you can do out in the grill. If you happen to have a burner out there, we can even saute up some dessert, and we'll turn the pork tenderloin not only into your noontime meal because you want to get your cooking done early before that extreme heat starts, but how to turn it into a great pork sandwich tonight with some greens on top. It's going to be simple. I'm going to get you organized with your grocery list, and we'll get you through for 2 more meals. I'll be back right after this break.
The ABC 7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
The 11 o'clock advisory, the new update now is suggesting that the tornado watch is over, although sometimes tornadoes do occur outside of the watch area.
In for now, because first responders still have to assess the area.
As information is coming in, we're just trying to make sure that it gets on air, on digital, and on the phone.
Storm's impact goes well beyond, damage and power outages. It also affects sports.
It's Lincoln Summer Sales Event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot one. 87 degrees current air temperature, dew point 77 again. We are looking at feels like temperatures up around 105 for you folks who are inside today without air conditioning. Mix of sun and clouds, east wind at about 7. The good news is, like yesterday, some of you will see thunderstorms in the afternoon that'll kind of take the edge off some of that heat. But there will be few and far between. Again today, the rain chance less than typical. We're looking at 88 in Wauchula, 87 Arcadia, Myakka Parish, Bradenton, Sarasota, Northport, Punta Gorda, and Venice comes in at about 88 degrees. So taking the last look this week at our river gauges, I just wanted to put this out for those people who are being impacted by some of this river flooding. The Peace River, Zolfo Springs crested on the way down. The Myakka River, a pretty important one here, has finally crested. I looked at some of the gauge heights and they have decreased in the last 24 hours. I know you upstream people, or downstream people rather, still might see your crest occurring down the road, but the good news is the flood level has decreased from major down to moderate, so that's good news. As far as Zolfo Springs Peace River, on its way down, and I think there's not a whole lot of rainfall in the cards over the next couple of days to in any way increase that water level or discharge rates. So, you know, looking up a little bit here. We have across the region right now some pretty dry conditions. I would expect to see a few of those showers start to build over the next couple of hours, but I think mostly they'll be in inland areas where they will form, they'll grow, and then they'll gradually drift back to the coastline. But total rainfall amounts, again, we're talking about, you know, ½ inch in that vicinity. Nothing ongoing at this moment, at this hour, and the rain chances probably about 40% in inland areas and 30% near the coast. So let's take a look at what we have. There's Jose spinning around there. We have a trough of low pressure that is moving along the east coast. Jose being picked up by that will be lifted toward the north. It will get close to the U.S. but then be pushed back out into open waters. As that happens, we get a more northeasterly wind flow across our region that draws in some drier air and really does reduce our rain chances. Now, temperatures will still be warm, unfortunately, but maybe some slightly drier air working its way to the surface will make it feel a little bit better for you. Isolated showers today, partly sunny, and then a drier weekend. Taking a look at statistics here, TD14, 80% chance of development within this cloud cover, and Jose. So 3 separate systems. 14 has 35-mile-an-hour winds. The motion is to the west-northwest. This area of cloudiness not developed yet, and Jose. All of them are forecast at this time to recurve back out into open waters. Now, Jose may increase in intensity a little bit and get strong enough over the weekend that it could bring some swell action to parts of the mid-Atlantic or northeast coast. But its impact on Florida, west coast of Florida, it's not going to happen. Northeast wind at about 5 knots. We'll have 2-foot seas and a light chop on bay and inland waters. And the extended range forecast calls for pretty nice weather for the next several days with decreasing rain chances. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, John. A new study is making waves and worrying expectant moms. Why the headlines about the flu vaccine and miscarriage might be overblown. Here's more from ABC's Lana Zach.
The flu shot is recommended for most everyone, and health providers have called it particularly important for pregnant women who are considered an at-risk group. So what are we to make of a new study today in the journal Vaccine that suggests a possible link between this shot and miscarriage? Researchers following nearly 500 women who had miscarriages found that many of them had received the flu shot less than a month prior. But hold on, health experts overwhelmingly say that pregnant women should still get the flu shot. They are calling the study too small and say that it leaves too many unanswered questions to actually change any recommendations. And perhaps most importantly, doctors say catching the flu during pregnancy is a known danger to mothers and their unborn children. It can lead to birth defects or preterm labor. So if you're expecting and the headlines out today make you nervous, talk to your doctor. And remember, medical professionals still believe that the benefits of that shot far outweigh the risks for both you and your baby. With this Medical Minute, I'm Lana Zach, ABC News.
NASA taking technology to a whole new level, using satellites to pinpoint malaria outbreaks. It sounds far-fetched, but researchers have turned to data from NASA's fleet of Earth-observing satellites to track the types of human and environmental events that can happen before an outbreak. With that information, experts say they can prevent the outbreaks from happening by predicting where mosquitoes will flourish, which is typically areas with warm temperatures and a lot of water.
Well, let's head back over to the kitchen and see how lunch is going with ABC7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. Smelling good over there, Judy.
Well, it's simple, but it's going to get our friends over the hump. They're still out of power, and of course you can make this when you have power, whether it's your grill or your oven. But focusing on turning on the grill, medium heat right now. We're going to season the, the pork tenderloin. Garlic, salt, then black pepper. Then we're going to come over and make, this is a kind of a standard at my house. I take fennel seed. Don't worry if you don't have fennel seed. If you have oregano, great. If you don't worry about it. Basically, we're taking mustard. Any mustard will do. And mustard does not have to be refrigerated right now, so that's something you can leave right out on your counter. Once the pork is all seasoned, we're going to just brush it with the mustard, mix, turn it over, and we're going to put it on the grill. Medium heat, watch the temperature because we don't want it to burn. It does have this crust. So you can see as I put it in, I'm just putting it in a pan for today. And you can certainly pan-sear it if you have your power, but you can see this beautiful crust that we're getting on it. So I can tell by feeling right now, this is still not cooked in the inside. I've got about probably 12 to 14 minutes until it's going to come up to temperature. Then I'm going to let it rest on a cookie sheet. That's going to be fine. Now, we're doing this as one meal, and we'll get, on the next segment, I'm going to show you Hasselback potatoes that can go on the grill. It's great. It'll make you feel warm to have like a hot potato with some onions and things like that. The other thing I'm going to do is show you both something that can be turned into a sauce or a really good dessert, because I think we all need some comfort right now. I just took some peaches and nectarines that I had in a bowl, and they're definitely ready to eat because when we were out of power for 24 hours, they were in the fridge. They pretty much held up, but now I can tell which it's time. I'm just going to saute them in just a little butter. If I cook this for about 15 minutes with a pinch of brown sugar, we're going to be fantastic. This is going to be a beautiful topping for the pork, but when we come back, I'm going to show you another idea, like I said, to make this into a grilled dessert, because I think we all need comfort. Eat your main meal at noon when it's not as extremely hot, but then we'll make some great sandwiches and pack them up, go back in your cooler, nice and chilled for tonight's dinner. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows, what matters most to you? We found what matters is high performance. Our customers want energy-efficient windows built for Florida weather. Windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Our customers want windows that reflect their life, their lifestyle. Windows that will last a lifetime. We listen to our customers, and as a result, we're growing. So if you're looking to replace your windows, stop here at New South Window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
It's Willamania at the Players Center as the Will Rogers Follies takes the stage September 27th. Part homespun humor and part Ziegfeld Follies, this toe-tapping Tony Award musical is the start of our wild Broadway series. So call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You need to catch Willamania.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Well, it is time now to meet our pet of the week.
We've got a tabby cat, a 9-year-old named Chachi, over there on the side set with Joni and Potsy.
Very good.
Oh, that was
very good, Ray.
Yeah, that was really good.
That's the quote of the week.
I'll be Joni, no problem.
Oh, what a sweetheart,
yes,
huh?
but Chachi is a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chachi is 9 years young. And she's quite a talker. She's been talking to us in the green room. She's been telling us, I don't know if Ray and Jacqueline are doing a great job, but I'll give them a chance. But I do love them. And,
she's got quite a little motor, doesn't she?
Oh, she does. And I will tell you, you know, it's a shame sometimes because these senior citizens come to us from people who can no longer take care of them for whatever reasons. They become ill or it's a financial concern. But this gal is ready to come home. She wants to be in a home. She wants to be loved. She does a lot of talking, but then she relaxes just a little bit. She loves to ride in a car.
Relaxes.
Loves.
Relaxes anymore, she'll be asleep. She's a sweetie. She's a real lap cat.
Yeah, she is just absolutely wonderful. And you know, she's presented today by the Cat Depot, and Cat Depot is certainly reaching out to all of those who need help. And if you make a certain donation to the Cat Depot, it is being matched by 2 generous donors, and they're going to help to take care of other cats that certainly need it. And but Chachi is very definitely looking for a home. And you know, as they say, John, she has a lot of life left.
Yeah, look at those eyes. Huh? Are those gorgeous or what?
Yeah.
Aren't they beautiful? Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at
beauty
that.
shot. Beauty shot. There you go, sweetie. Absolutely gorgeous. So she's, what'd you say, 7 years old?
She's 9.
9 years old.
She's 9 years young.
You know, I had a cat, you won't believe this. It's true, though. I had a cat that lived to be 20 years old.
Oh, I believe
20
it.
years
I believe
old.
it. Yeah.
I mean, 9 is nothing.
Yeah.
That's, you know,
God
a lot
has
of life
blessed
left.
them with a longer life and a different physiologically sound body than our dogs, and they make it. They make it for. Look at that.
Tail back there, huh? So how do they adopt?
All they have to do is call Cat Depot at 366-2404. They can fill out an application. Then they'll go through an interview process, and then Chachi will come and meet them.
Good luck to you, sweetie. You are
she'll
a
say,
doll.
I love you.
Oh, she's a good one. I hope you take this cat into your home. I'm sure she will bring you, Chachi will bring you a long, long, wonderful relationship and a beautiful addition to your family. We'll be right back. Yeah, go Chachi.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. The all-new Chrysler Pacifica is the KBB 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner and was recently named Consumer Digest Best Buy Minivan for 2017. Get yours today for just $24,999 or get America's Best Value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC 7 to get breaking news, plus first alert, weather, and traffic focused on where you live. ABC 7, we're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. FEMA now shifting from saving lives to starting the long recovery process.
FEMA Administrator Brock Long said at a briefing today that good progress is being made in getting people back into their homes or into temporary housing, such as apartments or hotels.
Over 200,000 people were most likely sheltered in this event, and we've got that down to under 10,000 people and still in shelters remaining now in Florida, which is a tremendous effort by the whole community. It's not just FEMA, it's working through our state partners, and it's the whole community coming in to volunteer at those shelters, and in many cases help those folks out to find transitional housing until the situation is alleviated for their situation.
Federal officials are focused on restoring electrical power and getting gasoline into areas suffering fuel shortages. The lack of electricity has affected fuel supplies because many gas stations haven't been retrofitted to run their pumps on generator power. 60,000 utility workers from the U.S. and Canada are in the disaster area working to get power back on. And Hurricane Irma is also to blame for a messy situation in Mount Dora, Florida.
Yeah, the heavy rain and wind caused a lift station to fail, which then caused a sewage leak. Matt Lipoli reports.
Catastrophic. I would have to look up something worse than that, and that's what we're dealing with. Yes, sir.
It's difficult for Mount Dora city officials to put into any other words the magnitude of this problem. Heavy rains from Hurricane Irma apparently overflowed a small retention pond and then washed out this road. That set off a slippery slope. Once exposed, a water main broke, adding to the deluge that flooded Lake John and the surrounding area. All of the extra water overflowed a lift station. The result? A sewage release into Lake John that's been very tough to tackle.
I got a lot of guys that need some rest, and it's tough. It's tough to keep asking people to keep working when they're dragging, and we've been able to get by.
Public Works Director John Peters says his crew has been working since the storm subsided to control the sewage release, and progress has been made, but he says there's just no easy fix for the road failure where the problems began. A new retaining wall will have to be built before what was washed away can be rebuilt. Meanwhile, Peters is asking people in Mount Dora to conserve water usage while his team works on a resolution.
We're seeing the end of the tunnel at this point.
Once Public Works finishes their work, an environmental team will clean Lake John and the surrounding area.
Still about 100,000 without power on the Suncoast. Not funny at all. Wow.
No, especially if you're, indoors. Plus the food. How many refrigerators are going to have to be sold? And how do you clean those out? Do you remove the smell, or do you have to check the refrigerator? I don't know how that works.
Baking soda, right? That's a good start.
Baking soda might be a good idea. Maybe
I don't
we'll
know.
have to double check with Judy Gallagher. Maybe
Yeah,
she has some ideas.
if it gets down inside that insulation and everything, right? I don't know. I don't know how that works. That'd be interesting to. We should have somebody on from health department or something to tell us what to do. What to do about that. We have across our region a mix of sun and clouds today. Lakewood Ranch webcam put it into motion shows that we don't have anything in the way of any kind of rain showers ongoing. Just a lot of sunshine out there. In fact, over the next several days, sunshine will become more and more of a given. I think we have some cloud cover out in Gulf waters that may bring us some high, thin veil of clouds from time to time. And we'll see some building clouds during the later afternoon as we develop a shower or two, particularly in inland areas. And some of those showers will gradually try to work their way back to the coastline. But the rain chance is still pretty small. It'll be coming in at about 30% near the coastline and then about 40% in inland areas. Tomorrow, I think we'll be able to halve that. And the reason is a tropical storm and getting a little bit closer to the United States. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about some long-term forecasts too, coming up in just a few. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, John. In the wake of Hurricane Irma, a big postponement by the Sarasota Republican Party. They initially planned to award the Statesman of the Year award to former Vice President Dick Cheney and his daughter, Congressperson Liz Cheney. The event was set for next month. The local GOP instead wants everyone to focus on recovery efforts, and they'll reschedule the gala for a later date. Previous recipients include President Trump, who won twice.
For the second time in a month, people in Japan woke to the sound of sirens blaring, a warning for them to take cover. This after North Korea launched another missile that passed over Japanese airspace. The United Nations now planning an emergency meeting this afternoon as we learn more about that missile. ABC's Emily Rao reports from Washington.
The warning sirens blaring once again, signaling the latest provocation from North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. One man saying it's scary after North Korea launched another missile over Japan, the second time in a month, this one believed to be an intermediate-range ballistic missile.
Find shelter in a basement. North Korea just launched a missile.
North Korea launching the missile from the capital of Pyongyang, passing over Japan just 10 minutes later and landing 1,200 miles off the coast of the Japanese island of Hokkaido, traveling 2,300 miles total.
The North Korean provocation with the missile launch is unacceptable.
The chief of staff of the U.S. Army meeting with the Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe.
We in the military will do whatever is required to prevent that day from coming.
And the South Korean military responding immediately, launching its own missile 150 miles into the Sea of Japan, a precise show of force meant to warn Kim Jong-un that South Korea can target him directly. And Secretary of State Rex Tillerson calling on China and Russia to take direct actions of their own in response.
But North Korea is now a global threat, and it requires a global response from all nations.
President Trump has yet to make a statement on this situation, but the White House says he has been briefed. That emergency UN meeting is set for 3 o'clock this afternoon. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
2 decades after its launch, NASA's Cassini spacecraft has come to an end. For more than a decade, the spacecraft took a magnifying glass to the planet Saturn. It examined its moons and rings and revealed worlds that might harbor life. Cassini streamed back new details about Saturn's atmosphere right up until its blazing finale today, when its thrusters, no match for the thickening atmosphere, tumbled out of control during its rapid plunge and burned up over Saturn's skies.
Well, the Sarasota Farmers Market will go on as scheduled tomorrow. It opens at 7 a.m. and the popular event will be held along Lemon Avenue as it normally is. It was canceled last weekend due to preparations for Hurricane Irma. Organizers say there is no better time to support the farmers market, as many of the vendors have been impacted financially by the storm. They're asking people to buy local during this time of cleanup and rebuilding. It is open again tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m.
And more indication life is returning to normal now. The city of Sarasota reopened the pool at the Lido Key Pavilion today. It's on Ben Franklin Drive next to the concession area. Normal hours are 10 a.m. to 4:45 p.m.
Well, let's head back over to the kitchen and see how lunch is going with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher.
So the pork tenderloin that was rubbed with the mustard and Parmesan and fennel seed is resting now, so we can slice that up. Remember, I sauteed some nectarines and plums that I had at home in a little butter. That's perfect to saute in a side pan, or you can just half the stone fruits, grill them, and then cut them up. You can either use these as a topping on the pork, or for me, I had ricotta cheese, and I'm going to get to that in a minute in my fridge. And I'm going to make this into a dessert. So I added some brown sugar, and what I'm going to do is saute that for a minute and put it on a plate, and we're going to serve it with a little ricotta cheese because I had that in my fridge. Now we're going to do Hasselback potatoes, and I am going to comment when we come back about what you need to do about your refrigerator if you're still out of power. First, let's get to this. I have baking potatoes. You can use sweet potatoes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take dabs of butter. You don't have to do every single one. I've cut the potatoes 3/4 of the way down, so they're not still all completely detached, so they'll hold up better on the grill. You really want to get your potatoes on about 20 minutes before you get your pork on. Then I have some sliced onions. Now, if you're out of power, I don't want you to have to do too much prep. So chop up 2 onions, then put some aside because you can saute some peppers and onions to do some grilled sausages tomorrow, and that's one less thing you have to worry about. We're multitasking and getting 2 meals out of everything, okay? So grilled sausage with peppers and onions can turn into a great omelet the next day as your main meal with leftover potatoes that are like home fries, all done on the grill. Salt and pepper. If you have some Parmesan cheese, great. If you don't worry about it. Right here it's going to go, and we're going to wrap these up in aluminum foil. I usually wrap them up separately, but we'll just put these 2 in it together and stick that in the oven. Okay, there. So obviously, at home you're not sticking it in the oven. You're going to put it right on your grill. Turn them about every 15 minutes. Just keep the flame low and it's going to be fine. Now, for people with refrigeration that you're out of power still, if you can get into your home, you need to get into your home, throw everything out and start scrubbing things down with a tablespoon of bleach to about a gallon of water. That's the best thing that you can do right now, is get rid of all that food, and there's so many organizations that can help you restock when it's time. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to come back to serve some lunch, dinner, and show you how to make the pork sandwiches so it gets a second meal going.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
It's going to be a little bit time consuming and probably a bit tedious, but worlds better than it could have been.
We can rebuild. There's no problem about that. You know, you can put a new roof on a mobile home, you know, or new windows in there. But as long as you have your life, you know, that's all that matters.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you. Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Hot conditions around here, no doubt about it, already at 87 with the dew point value in the upper 70s. Very sticky weather. I will probably have a heat index of about 105 again this afternoon with a mix of sun and clouds. Hopefully we'll see a few thunderstorms to break the heat. That's the hope. They'll start inland where the temperature is 88 in Wauchula, 87 in Arcadia, 88 in Myakka, 88 in Northport, and then they'll drift closer to the coast where temperatures aren't much different along the coastline right now with 88 in Venice, 87 in Bradenton. We have some pretty quiet conditions, pretty tranquil conditions across the region now. We had a few scattered showers around this morning, and we might have one or two light showers close to the coast tomorrow morning. And then we'll probably see some of those showers start to move back toward the coast as we head into the evening hours across our region today. But they're going to be few and far between. There's not going to be a lot of them around. Some drier air filtering in is going to reduce our rain chances. Trough low pressure advances, picks up Jose, lifts it to the north, and then eventually kicks it out into open waters of the Atlantic. But as that happens, it allows for high pressure to build in and bring our winds out of the northeast. That'll draw down some drier air into the Sun Coast and allow us some, more pleasant weather, I think, for the weekend. Chance to dry out just a little bit. We certainly need to do that. All of our rivers have crested now at the official gauge stations, but downstream of those rivers, we still could see some rise in the river levels. In fact, I was speaking with one of the residents who lives near Moon in Brentwood, who said that in the last 24 hours he's seen a 7-inch plus increase in his height, even though the gauge at the Myakka River has started to fall. So we're watching a little bit of rain shower activity and thunderstorm activity surrounding Jose, continuing to try and lift off to the north and to the east just a little bit. High pressure building in from north and south across the region. Isolated showers for us, partly sunny skies. And then that drier weekend forecast, which should lead to actually a period of drier weather. We have across the region a couple of hot spots in terms of current weather with the tropic forecast. This area up another 10% to 90% chance of development over the course of the next 5 days. We have a new tropical depression that will probably soon become a named storm, Lee, and then we have Jose. So all three that we are watching. 14 moving to the west-northwest at 10. Plenty of time to watch that one. That should not be an issue. And then Jose, 70-mile-an-hour winds still forecast to increase in intensity, but on a forecast track that carries it right along the coastline of the United States, but never really close enough to impact it with any weather. But they could see some swells along the northeastern coast from about Hatteras all the way up toward Nova Scotia, Labrador, up in there. They could see some squirrely weather perhaps. Otherwise for us, a northeast wind at about 15. We'll look for a light chop on Bay and inland waters with 2-foot seas, and the official Suncoast forecast, the First Alert forecast, calling for chances of rainfall for the next several days, but decreasing, and then some sunny skies starting next work week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. On the Space Coast, NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida is dealing with some damage from Hurricane Irma, and it is still closed this afternoon. An aerial survey of the spaceport was conducted earlier this week. The damage assessment and recovery team identified many structures and facilities that were damaged or flooded. The team will compile a damage assessment report over the next several weeks. However, NASA did close the center ahead of Irma's onset, and only a small team of specialists known as the Ride-Out Team stay behind.
In Miami, Marlins Park didn't escape the wrath of Hurricane Irma. The storm damaged the roof and caused some other issues as well. The ballpark did not experience any flooding or water damage, but a panel of the roof will need to be replaced at the end of this season. Still to come on your Suncoast News at noon, an Irma recovery selfie is making the rounds, featuring Florida law enforcement. It's caught the attention of countless women, including Jacqueline. How they plan to use that attention to do some good work coming up.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows, what matters most to you? We found what matters is high performance. Our customers want energy-efficient windows built for Florida weather. Windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Our customers want windows that reflect their life, their lifestyle. Windows that will last a lifetime. We listen to our customers, and as a result, we're growing. So if you're looking to replace your windows, stop here at New South Window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel.
So I enrolled Missy in swim lessons.
It changed my life.
Missy Franklin.
And now you can do the same for someone that you love.
There's nothing more precious than your child's well-being.
So act now, before it's too late.
Make us swim! I'm glad I did.
Thanks, Mom. Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers or save big on a new sleek and stylish Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Drive off today for your next great adventure in a brand new Jeep Renegade for as low as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
This is so good.
My
good.
God, John, you deserve a lifetime of
Bless
meals
your heart.
cooked for you.
You know what? I wanted to ask you. A lot of people are going to have some refrigeration issues with the food, spoilage, and things. What do they do with their refrigerators?
First of all, if you are able to go back into your home, you need to get everything out of the refrigerator today. And you need to take, what I do is I take gallons of water, I split them up, I put anywhere from 2 tablespoons of bleach, depending how big, 1 tablespoon of bleach for about a half gallon. And I get in there with my gloves and I take all the shelves out and I scrub them. We've been out of power about 3 times since we've lived in Florida. You have to throw everything out and you have to start anew, other than maybe a couple condiments. But John, in cooking these things, Hasselback potatoes will give you 2 meals. The pork will give you 2 meals, and just some nice bread from Yoder's Produce Market or Fresh Market will make a great pork sandwich.
Looks absolutely fantastic.
It's time to cheat and get the garden mix at the store.
And
you're
why not?
Right, because it's going to be less to worry about, healthy green ingredients, and some crunch for salad.
Sounds great. The recipe for this is on our website, mysuncoast.com. Click on the recipe button. That'll give you all the information. Bleach it up, you guys.
All right, nice job, folks. 3 Gainesville police officers are breaking the internet with this selfie. On Sunday, they posted this on Facebook. It was captioned, "Officers Nordman, Hamill, and Rengerine, part of the night crew, getting ready to do some work." Well, the post got more than 500,000 likes and was shared nearly 300,000 times. Women went wild with their witty comments, and Gainesville police had to tweet, "Please do not call 911 and request this group to respond to your incident." Well, not to be outdone, Sarasota police responded to the selfie with one of their own, saying, "Gainesville police have nothing on us."
Well played, well played.
And you had a chance to meet the local trio today.
I did. They were on The View, so you can catch that today at 4 p.m. and get a chance to see what they look like.
And police are also sending some supplies down to the Key West police, so you can help fill up their trucks outside the police department near Payne Park.
Well, that's good.
Very good. Very good to donate.
Yeah, they're going to need some help down there for sure. Some of those videos that are coming through, some of the drone videos and such, just it's awful down there. It's just awful.
Well, this ends the week, folks. Nice job, John.
Nice job to all you guys as well. And nice job to all those who evacuated. Do it again if ever requested.
Our next news at 5. Have a nice afternoon and a great weekend. See you Monday.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.